All right. Welcome to the final part of the Q&A. Um, Please keep watching until the end because I have some questions for you that I want to ask you. Because I have some ideas, for future videos and stuff. I want to hear your opinion. And of course, if you have any more questions, then leave them below in the comments, and I may address them in the future. All right. Next one. Do members pay or the leader? This is a big one. Because it's very interesting what they did. But yeah, every church, of course, needs money. Even when you read the Bible and the New Testament, it always comes down to money. The same with this cult. Of course, the leader didn't pay. We had to pay. And it was the tenth of your income. And it wouldn't matter how much or little you earned. You have to pay your tenth. And it was made sure. Like there are scriptures in Acts that talk about a couple that would lie about their income, and and God basically killed them. So, putting fear into your heart. Yeah, if you lie about your income, if you don't give us your actual tenth, God will kill you. So yeah, again, it's all about money. Yeah, and apart from that, you were also encouraged to give like an offering, like because the tenth is a given. They they may not consider it like coming from your heart. So on top of that, you have the peer pressure of giving offerings. And like for instance, if you inherit money from a deceased family member, you were also supposed to give a tenth of that plus an offering. My godfather died a while back, and left me like in for that time in a crazy amount of money. And I was also told to give the tenth and an offering. I of course cannot get that back because when you look at the because when it comes to money, all of a sudden, they get very very particular. And it's like, yeah, but you gave it, from your heart. We never forced you to do it, so there's no way you can get it back, basically. uh, so many people have put so much money into the church, and what would the pastor do with it? I mean, you wouldn't see him around with private jets, but yeah, when I mean he was far away in Australia, it was difficult for us in Europe to really know what was going on with the money. And only later, when people left, like specific, like after certain things happened, we would find out about a couple of things that he would did with the money. Like he would buy like rooftop apartments, from a hotel in Coffs Harbour. I mean, it's Coffs Harbour, and its beach. There's only like one big hotel at the beach, and he bought two rooftop apartments. Why two? Because he doesn't like neighbors. Can you imagine that? Yeah, but later when I retire, I want to live in a nice apartment. How about a rooftop apartment, like 17th floor, and not anywhere but the hotel right at the beach. Oh yeah, I also don't like neighbors, so I have to buy the one next to it, obviously. Oh my god. Yeah, and then he would buy like some land and build houses, supposedly for the church to use, but it was just, like free labor for him. Like, you have the benefit of learning from the true Christians firsthand, and you would fly over to Australia and help them to, like cut weed, bushes, trim the jungle away from the land and stuff, and all you get is like two or three meals and minimum wage, and you're supposed to feel happy. It's insane how they work around that, how they make you believe that all of this is for God. And the pastor would run around with a, not again, like as I said, not with a, he wouldn't have like a private jet or something. I know though that he bought like a crazy expensive Rolex watch for him and one of his closest friends, and like an expensive Mercedes. So again, like he was always preaching about, being modest and stuff. But yeah, golden Rolex with diamonds and stuff. Yeah, and but there was more that they would also like the church would also give money to charity, but some very dodgy charities. Like there's this one guy, I don't know if you heard about him, probably not, but look him up. His name is Kent Hovind or Dr. Dino. This guy was in jail for being a tax fraud. He refused to pay his employees, like he would not wire their income. He would give it to them like in cash, and he did it in as a system to avoid paying taxes. That's illegal in the United States, or better in that state he was in. So he got into jail, and he would always like his church would tell, oh yeah, no, the system is against him and he's the victim. And our church would give money to his church. And again, we were told that he is the victim, like Kent Hovind is the victim. You only learn about this stuff later. But yeah, so you charities, some were good. Some charities, I have to say, they give shelter to homeless people and this kind of stuff. But some very controversial ones. All right, allow me to use would they allow us to use social media or without keeping an eye on our history? No. um Back then when Facebook was a new thing, most of our members would get a Facebook account, and we would accept each other's friendships. Not a smart idea, not a smart move. They would look at anything you post and use it against you. So when you were found, like some people would play like Farmville, that was one of the big games back in the day, and they would say, "Oh yeah, people getting addicted to video games and stuff. We've seen members playing this game, blah blah blah. You should pray more, read your Bible more rather than play a game." Or if you would post as me, I like, "Oh, I listened to this Rage Against the Machine album for the first time in years," and again, people would approach me and tell me, "What? You listen to Rage Against the Machine? What is wrong with you? Like you haven't learned anything." And yeah, it got me into lots of trouble. So no, there is no, like if you are on social media, you should have, at best you should have like two different accounts, like one for church members where you post only God stuff and whatever, and your actual account where you can post like whatever you want, and do not accept friendships from other church members. Right. Those are the questions. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Let me know what you liked, and I have other ideas for the future, like stuff I always want to talk about, especially this pseudoscience they would teach in that church. Like the Noah's Ark kind of bullshit documentary, or with Dr. Kent Hovind, how he was basically looked upon as a saint and as someone who understands evolution, but obviously has no idea what he's talking about, and how charismatic these people are, the kind of arguments they use, how they get you, how when you listen to them, you won't believe your own word anymore, and how you can avoid that, how you can, um, train yourself to not get like hypnotized by these kind of people. And because there are points you can look out for how they speak, where you know right away they are lying. All right, I hope you like this, and see you guys soon.